phone. I forgot to get my phone. I need to see what's happening. All right. And we're live. Great. You can see what's happening now. We'll put that there. And let's get started. Hello to Millennial Nana. How you doing today? Fuck! Yeah. Well, that was fucking close. We lit a match on fire and it flew off. Did it burn anything? My God, I really hope I didn't set my house on fire. Hello, Felicia. I'm gonna go look for that match that just went flying somewhere. This is not setting the mood right at all. Where'd you go? Where the fuck? It smells like burning. Here it is. All right. All right. Thankfully, that didn't land on the carpet. I just landed against the wall. I'm gonna light this match with a lot less vigor. There we go. That'll work. Hello to Ash369. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Can I get this to light before it burns my finger? Answer's no. What's going on today? Good question. Hi Ash. I'm just going to be doing some journaling now. I decided to move my journaling session from the mornings. I used to journal every day at 8:30 a.m. But I found that gave me a really kind of slow energy for the rest of the day. And so today I decided, you know what, I'm going to be doing my journaling at night instead. And I think this really slows me down and calms me down. I've had a very hyper day, and so seems like now's the right time to get to journaling. So I'm just trying to light this Palo Santo here and then get to writing out my thoughts. But thank you for asking. Come on, Palo Santo, you can do it. Come on. Almost. Oh, I could see you. I could see the flame on the side. I hear you. It's so nice to wind down, right? I felt so wound up today. I've just been go nonstop. So this seems like a good way to end my night. All right. Yep. Beautiful. Get some music there too. Ah, damn, that's loud. The speaker's so noisy. It's a good speaker. Writing is so soothing, isn't it? I just love the feeling of pen on paper. And you say it's morning where you are. Hey, all right, so where are you where it's morning? Hello to Sharath, superstar. He said, hi, sir. Had your dinner? Yeah, I had my dinner a couple hours ago. I usually eat around 5:30 or so, and that's my last meal of the day. Now it's 7:46 here in Lisbon, and I'm ready to start writing. All right, where are we? Today is... What's the date today? Get out of here. Today's date is 7:46. Oh, you're in LA. Oh, wow. Very cool. I don't usually see a lot of people in LA. I think it's a hard time zone to align. But I'm glad to see you here. Welcome. It's April 8th. Yuck. A lot of soot on my fingers. Hello to Speedster 91S. Welcome to today's live stream. Needless to say, it's rough times. Waking up to high stress nonsense is stressful. Yeah, I hear you. What do you mean by, well, you say it's needless to say it's rough times. What does rough times mean for you? It means something very different to me. I'm guessing it's maybe like a political thing or economic thing. I'm not sure. You don't have to share if you don't want to. I'm sorry to hear that you're waking up to a feeling of high stress as well. Maybe I'm guessing you're just waking up and wondering what's going to happen next, and it kind of feels like there might not be much you could do, I'm guessing. And I'm sorry. On the dot, hey! Hooray for me being a good mind reader and guesser. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That definitely doesn't sound fun. I've pretty much avoided a lot of those like thoughts and conversations, and I don't necessarily think it empowers me at all to be able to know all the goings on of the politics and the government. It's a game that is played by people that are way out of my income bracket, and there's nothing I could really do to affect them or impact that. And so I just got to focus on what little things I could do. Keep on trying to have a healthy relationship with my partner, with my dogs, with my community, and with myself. And be kind to my body and keep trying to share my values as much as I can. But I don't know, man. Portugal's kind of like fucked with its politics as well, and it seems like Korea's messed up with politics, and Canadian politics ain't doing so great, and it just seems like it's the same story everywhere. So I don't know, best to kind of just like ignore it, in my opinion. Not trying to give advice here, but that's kind of like how I stepped out of it. I stopped watching the news at around COVID time because I was also waking up to a huge sense of high stress. Say it's chaos over here. Thinking of moving just because it's too much and a lot on families and the communities. Hey, move. I 100% recommend moving. If you are in a relationship with your country or with your government that isn't serving you anymore, then you have just as much right to leave that relationship as you do in any other like romantic relationship. If it's one in which you're feeling abused and not necessarily served, then if you can move, then find a way to move. I think it's super, super healthy, super helpful. If you don't like what's happening in your government, then don't give them your work and don't give them your taxes. Dip. It's time to bounce. No, but America charges taxes everywhere in the world. I think they're like one of the only two countries that do it. I don't know your tax situation, man. It might be hard to flee. Not at all suggesting tax avoidance here. This is a journaling session we got going on here, not a not a wealth management system. Hello to Angie P. Susanna and to Wesley91. Thank you for joining. Ash says same. I gave up on watching. I know it's not smart to be up to date, but it's too much. Yeah, it's definitely too much. It definitely sounds like it's too much. It keeps on getting more. And you know what? It's never going to be not too much. It's always going to be too much. No matter what, it's always going to be overwhelming and challenging. And whatever's going to happen 40 years from now, we're going to be looking back at this time like, oh my God, I can't believe I was so upset about that. It's always going to suck. I have epilepsy. It's a lot to add. Oh, fuck. That makes it definitely challenging. I'm sorry to hear that, Ash. Yeah, that definitely... I don't know how to embody a sense of connecting with epilepsy. I imagine that there's a sense of lack of control, or like things happen to your body without your explicit consent or permission. And that sounds to me like very scary and uncomfortable. And I'd imagine that high stress situations might make that situation worse for you. So I recommend Lisbon. It is fucking gorgeous here. Let me tell you, cost of living is cheap, groceries are delicious, and food is yummy. And if you drink, I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank since September 2023. You can get a bottle of wine for less than a bottle of water. So come on over. And hello to Bondi Tabby. I remember you, and I think I answered one of your comments in a video. And hello as well to Marimi Yoshi. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm gonna get back to writing now. Hey yo. Bon Tabby says, hello, let's welcome back here. Do you know any Portuguese yet? So I barely know any Portuguese. Like I could hear a lot of it and pick up on a lot of what the conversation is saying, and I could understand that. But I'm by no means like functional or proficient in it myself. And I've kind of taken, hello to Marimiyoshi, who's been following me since 2011. I've kind of taken a stance against, this is going to sound shitty. Let me finish my whole train of thought before you judge me. Kind of taking a stance against learning a local language. I know. Now here's the thing. I'm going to explain why. I really feel comfortable with my use of English. I have a way to be able to express myself and the depth of my ideas and the subtlety of my ideas in English, and I just can't do that in other languages. Polish is actually my first language. And I remember being in Poland with my mom back in 2023, I think it was, or 2022. And I was at a discussion with some at a dinner, having a discussion with my mom's friend who was like a university professor, and she's super smart, and I was just a fucking idiot. I can't say half of the shit I want to say in Polish. I can't talk about metamodernism. I can't talk about spectral thinking. I can't talk about epiphenomenology. None of my deep values can I convey with any nuance or conviction. I just sound so dumb. And I think that when you first learn languages, it's very binary, like yes, no, thank you, goodbye, left, right, good, bad. And you kind of just talk like a child. And I don't want to talk at the extremes of binaries. I find it very kind of like, I don't know, it just doesn't align to my values. And I want to be able to convey my ideas in this way. This is how I could really connect and empathize a lot more. So there you go. That's a long answer to your question. So I've learned some Portuguese. I could understand a bunch, but I can by no means express myself truly with it. And Ash says, you've been off procrastinating long enough. Happy writing. Thank you. And hello to Sabrina78. Welcome for joining. Polina Yakov. Oh my God. Polina Yakovleva. Yes, there you go. Yakovleva says, hello. I've been a long time viewer of yours. The quality of your streams is incredible. Ooh, thank you. Just watched your video on Infinite Jest and I'm inspired to read it soon. My God, please. I was just talking about empathy. I love Infinite Jest and I really hope that you get into it. And I'm glad you're a longtime viewer. I would love to talk with anybody about Infinite Jest. So as soon as you start reading it, send me a message. Be like, I'm at this part. I love this part. I was confused by this part. It's a dense, challenging book, but it's so literary and so funny and so well written. And I'm doing some work with a nonprofit organization in Canada, and I'm building up mindful use of social media curriculum with them, and helping out with that. And they're also trying to use this for like people that are recovering from addiction. And so we talked about addiction yesterday, and I brought out the book as well. Like, you got to read this, as if you have time to read an 1,100-page book of really tiny, tiny text as a founder of nonprofit. Anyhow, but I'm really excited that you said that, Paulina. Bonnie Tabby says, oh, no judgment, don't worry. Thank you. I'm glad. I don't feel judged. Just want to know because me and my boyfriend are about to move to Madrid from Germany. Hey, and without my Spanish, I couldn't survive there. They don't really speak English. Yeah, they definitely don't. I know that. I think that it's been a lot easier here in Portugal. Like everybody that I come across speaks English. Everybody. So it's not a big concern. They're not fluent in it, but they're functional enough for the kind of interactions we need to have. I was just in Madrid on Sunday, by the way. I ran a half marathon there. I realized I don't like big noisy cities. I'm so not into big noisy cities. It was very cool, and they had lots of like really nice market, but my God, it was so hard to find any greenery to sit down in. After I ran the half marathon, I just like, hey, I want to lay down and touch some grass, and I just couldn't find any grass. And there was a little bit of grass at a tiny park, but it was blocked off. I couldn't even touch it. So, I don't know. Madrid ain't for me. Mary Miyoshi says, I'm from Brazil. I speak Brazilian Portuguese, and honestly, I don't understand Portuguese from Portugal. Great. From the Brazilian people that I know, the Portuguese that you use sounds a lot softer and rhythmic, while Portuguese sounds very like deep and heavier and like a lot of diphthongic, I think is the way that you describe those vowels. And Brazilian sounds kind of easier and flowy, just for my English ears. Hello as well to Zenbia and to Sweet Pea Baby Girl, and to Rob92278. Welcome, all of you. And now, back to writing. Hello, Zenbia. Bondi Tabby says, I know, right? That's one downside to Madrid. But anyways, don't want to keep you from writing. Have a good writing session. Thank you. Thank you for engaging, and I hope you enjoy your move to Madrid. Come on, almost there. Hello, Queen Blab. Welcome. Huh. Hello to Isabel Fig 10. Welcome. Hi, Simon. I joined last week. Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you for joining last week. Yeah, your name does look a little familiar. I'm doing all right. Today, I decided to move my journaling session over to the nights instead of the days. And I noticed that when I wake up, I have a lot of like golden retriever puppy energy. And when I wind up burning some Palo Santo and journaling, then I feel kind of slow afterwards. And I wasn't really enjoying the way my mornings were feeling. And so I decided to experiment with like waking up, walking the dogs, running, and starting my work for the day. And now that I'm actually sitting down and journaling, I do feel myself really winding down and having that slow energy that I kept on giving myself in the morning. So I'm doing good right now. I'm enjoying that I'm doing this. How you doing today? Paulina, thank you for the comment here. You say totally relate to what you said about English facilitating your ability to express yourself in a satisfactory way. I feel the same way even though I've only been speaking English for about 10 years. Oh, okay. So now this is a very interesting idea because like I think that I could express myself in English not because like I prefer English more, just because like I know more words and I know more concepts there. But if you've only been speaking English for 10 years, then how was the language you've been speaking before not serving you? And the reason why I'm asking this is because like my girlfriend's Russian and English is one of the 5 languages that she speaks, but it's not her first. And you know, a lot of what we talk about is about, you know, holding space and empathy and validating each other and mirroring and, you know, how do you embody this? And she says she just doesn't know a lot of these words in Russian. Oh, Isabel. Right, yeah. So Isabel, you said you're doing well in your cold and snowy Moscow, Russia right now. Also nighttime. I think journaling before bed is a great idea, relaxing. So Isabel, like in Russian, like how do you say like nonviolent communication or holding space? For my girlfriend, it was really tough. She's like, I don't even know how do I say this to a friend. Maybe it's a common concept. I'm not sure. Yeah, and you wound up saying like Paulina that English was a language used when you first got into your intro topics that really shaped you, like spirituality. Wouldn't even know how to say mindfulness in Lithuanian. Yeah, exactly. So it seems like a lot of these, maybe this is it. Maybe some of these like newer concepts that have been translated into like from other cultures. No. Would that be it? Because mindfulness comes from like Buddhist traditions, right? Or at least the Western version of it. And so like they translate that into mindfulness, but maybe that just hasn't been translated into other languages as easily, or I don't know, or maybe you just don't know. I'm not necessarily sure. Hey, Ethan, really great to see you, as well as expat Alexandra. Point is, Paulina, I'm glad that you could connect. It's hard for me to express the kind of things that are really valuable to like you and me in our native languages, and so English is the way that it goes. Isabel says, yeah, that's hard for Russian. Mental health and well-being is a newer concept for Russia. Yeah, it's still pretty old school here, and mental health is not widely recognized yet. Yeah, I know. There's there's one Instagram person I see keep on popping up on my feed. She's like a New Yorker, and she's really pretty, and she also speaks with a Russian accent, and she's like, therapy for Russians. I'm sorry, my accent's not as great as it could be. It's not my strongest accent. And she talks about like, what do you mean triggering? Why do I keep on trying to do this Russian accent? But anyhow, I've seen a lot of memes about how mental health just isn't well recognized in Russia yet. And you got me showing you my bad Russian accent. I could do other accents better. Anyhow, back to writing. Paulina, I love this conversation, so I'm just going to hop back into it. You say, but it also makes sense because English was a language used when I first got into my intro topics. Oh no, I already read that one. Whoops. Okie dokie. Embarrassing. I'm gonna get back to writing here. Hello to Chimak. Always good to see you here. Great, I gotta remember that. Isabel says the crossover is crazy. I'm Portuguese American in Russia. Whoa. Portuguese American in Russia. And I'm Canadian living in Portugal dating a Russian? That's somewhat similar. Wow, that's quite a story. Are you fluent in Russian, or were you is it one of your languages? That's a very interesting story. Anyhow. Is my girlfriend watching this right now? I don't see her on the list. Remind me to invite Mira and Christina to Masha's lunch.
Okay.
Perfect. Sounds like my camera just died. Yes, it did just die. Damn it. Yo, come back to me, little one. You can stay awake. Yes, you can. I know it's a lot for you. You're tired and you need your breaks, but I need you to stay awake here. Okay. Boom. Messaging Christina to... Hello to Trachiulius. Hello to the name I can't pronounce. Here we go. So Isabel says, my BA was Russian. And I moved here to teach English. Cool. My students are all Russian children. I'm moving to Lisbon in the summer. Wait, did you already tell me that before? That's how it, wait. Yeah, you're moving to, you and your partner are moving to Lisbon in the summer. Or was it another live stream in which I spoke with somebody who has a similar icon that's moving here? Hello to Hayagui and to Make Up Your Vegan Mind. Always great to see you here. Make Up Your Vegan Mind. Welcome. Okay, I gotta do that. Yes! There you go. For the massage therapy school. Okay, good. I do remember you. Perfect. Thank you for helping me piece that together. Your family lives in Lisbon and Costa de Caparica. Lovely, lovely. Okay, great. I'm happy that I remember you now. Make Up Your Vegan Mind says, how are you today? Feeling all right now. It's my girlfriend's birthday on Thursday, and I haven't planned jack shit. And so I just came up with some really good ideas right now, and I set a reminder for myself, and I just came up with another good idea. And so I'm going to start making some calls right now, even though I don't really want to be on screens after 8 o'clock. I think this kind of calls for it. I mean, it's Thursday, and I got to start doing something. It's the end of Tuesday night here. And so I'm going to end this live stream for now. I'm glad I did this writing, and I feel a lot less hopeless now in trying to figure things out for her birthday. Sad Mimikyu, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, it's good to see you. Right when I'm about to leave. Isabel says flowers are a must, very traditionally Russian. I know. Flowers are a big thing for her. I get her flowers every Wednesday, and it's just part of my ritual. I gotta do it. Spicy question: would you marry her for sure? Yeah. I say that so easily. It took me a while to get to the point of being able to say this with such confidence. I know at first, I was like, I do not want to get married at all, and I have very, very obvious reasons why I wouldn't want to get married. She's also divorced. You know, she also had a shitty marriage, and I think not that I had a shitty marriage, but you know, we just weren't the best people that we could be in our relationships. And you know, she acknowledges what she's done wrong and how she wasn't able to step up, and I've acknowledged as well. And so we both kind of know. What not to do again. And at the same time, we've been together for 3 years, and I don't just want to value my own well-being and my own comfort. I also want her to live a happy, fulfilled life, and marriage is important to her. I think Isabel guesses, she's very traditionally Russian in many ways, and she wants to get married again. She wants to have a family, and I want to be able to offer that for her. And so yeah, we've thought about it. I have no idea how to get the size of her ring. How do I do that subtly? I'm not sure. So yeah, and she's not watching this right now, but she already knows. So we've talked about this. It's something that took me a while to get to, but I kind of feel there now. Polina says, funny thing, I'm also part Russian. Hey, there you go. Must be something in the blood. I notice when I go back home that younger people who are also interested in these topics use English to facilitate their ideas. There you go. So people speak to each other in Russian, Lithuanian, but intervene with words like generational trauma in English. Exactly. Great. So I'm glad that people are aware of the concept. It's not fully formed, but it's just maybe that it just doesn't have a word for it or a phrase for it in Russian yet. Very neat. Cool. And Isabel says, that's so sweet. Have a good night. Thank you, you too. And Make Up Your Vegan Mind says, go shopping with her and try out rings. But not wedding rings, just fashion. Then you know. I know, but I got to kind of... I want to kind of be surprising because as soon as I try on rings, then she's going to expect one soon, you know. And I just buy a ring and change the size later. That's what I was thinking I was going to do, you know. Just buy a ring, change the size later. I think she'll just be happy with a surprise proposal at all. Same here, Mimikyu. Sad Mimikyu says, same here, Polina. Are you also, like, part Russian? How many Russians are in this live stream? I swear, like, in Lisbon, most of the people I know are Russian or some part, like half Russian, connected to Russian. I hear more Russian speakers than I do English speakers. And I'm like, wow. I'm very happy. Oh my gosh, Make Up Your Vegan Mind is Russian as well. Great. We have so many Russians here. Okay, no, Sad Mimikyu isn't part Russian as well. But hilarious that we have so many Russians going on here. Just as I was talking, hey, if you're Russian, you're going to love Lisbon. There's so much Russian community here. My girlfriend goes to a Russian improv class, Russian acting school she goes to, and we're having a Russian-themed party. We just went to the Russian market, and we got some... What the fuck did we get? We got... Tvorek. There you go. Tvorek. So there you go. So Sad Mimikyu is German, but she used English for those ideas too. Oh, not this camera. Come on. I'm in the middle of connecting. I need this camera to last longer. Come on. You can do it, buddy. Let me just tap some buttons here and kind of say goodbye again. Come back to me. Why am I singing? Come back. Here we go. Okay. And reset. All right, I'm back. Isabel says there's a Russian school in Lisbon. Really? And there's lots of them. I'm very excited to meet Russians in Lisbon too. It's going to be so easy. What's that? What's a great bar? Oysters and margarita. There you go. Lots of Russians hang out there and delicious margaritas if you drink. My God, margaritas are what I miss most. I miss margaritas more than wine when it comes to drinking. Oh my God, and Bondi Tabby is... Wait, are you also Russian? My God, so many Russians. Moonpix and Benimers and Nuke Stories and Jen Baking. Welcome to all of you. You're coming right when I was about to leave. Hello from Malaysia. And hello, Brina. Brina, welcome. This is a welcome when I'm kind of leaving because it's time for me to start booking stuff for my girlfriend's birthday. This was a very fun conversation. I'm glad that we talked so much about Russia. And on that note, do I have time tomorrow night to be able to do this? I might be able to have time tomorrow night. I'm not sure. Definitely not Thursday night because Thursday night is birthday night. But I'll see you all here again.